Yeah, I mean, the property woes, it's now into its fourth or well past its fourth year, into its fifth year, really. And it is at the heart of all the big issues in the Chinese economy, whether it's persistent deflation, lack of consumption. It is all tied to, of course, households feeling their wealth effect has deteriorated over the last half decade. So again, there's been a rising chorus of calls for increased and more forceful property measures. And according to sources, are saying that the authorities, while they haven't finalized the details, are coming up with a number of different scenarios, including what you're seeing on your screen, basically providing potentially new home buyers mortgage subsidies for the first time, also raising income tax rebates for mortgage borrowers and lowering home transaction costs. Keep in mind, there have been a number of steps, in particular in the tier 1 cities of Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, of easing multiple purchases, and also, of course, some of the lowering of loan thresholds back in August. It simply hasn't rekindled interest in the property sector. So again, as I said, more forceful policy support is being called for. And it looks as though authorities, including the housing ministry and other authorities, are looking at a number of different plans. Timing and specifics of those proposals are not known. So again, we can't put a lot of meat on it other than to say the plan has been in discussion since the third quarter and seems to be gathering some speed.
The question is, will it be enough, and how big they need to be, given that we've seen a slump of about 4 years?
Yeah, that's right. So, we have to look at Bloomberg Intelligence. Their take is they're talking about hundreds of billions of yuan in negative equity, a trend that is likely to be accelerating into 2026. That's going to put more pressure on the banks, obviously, and it's going to lead to, some serious questions about bondholders and their repayment values, of course. This is what Bloomberg Intelligence says. Hundreds of billions of yuan of mortgages are likely in negative equity right now, a trend that is likely to intensify, which will weigh on buyers' confidence and contribute to further home sales decline. So, again, the threatening of the destabilization of the financial system is probably the number one and the paramount concern of authorities right now as they head into 2026. Keep in mind, we've just had closed-door meetings in the last couple of weeks by the top policymakers as they're coming up with the next 5-year plan that will also likely come to light at the National People's Congress in March. So these plans are probably coming forward and will materialize in the coming months. But a lot of people that we've spoken to say there might be even more urgency, that some of these policies need to come out before the NPC meets in the first part of March.
As you said, no sense of the timing of such measures, but it is critical. Timing is critical.
Yep. Absolutely it is. And that's why these calls are growing in earnest and in seriousness, because, again, it goes back to the financial viability and whether the rise in non-performing loans. You have all those so many of these households are sitting on negative equity because of their household wealth, upwards of 60% of household wealth tied to property. And that's going to see some significant impact on the balance sheet and the loan portfolios of the nation's financial system.